What's going on, folks? It's the Panther Fans Talk. I'm Eric, and with me, as always, all day is Will.
Hey, first of all, I'd like to start with a happy Mother's Day for all the moms out there. I'm sure we've got tons of women watching our show right now.
It's obvious.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? I mean, football and two guys talking sounds like a winner. That should be our target audience. But seriously, happy Mother's Day, especially to my mom. I know he feels the same.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mom, if you're able to watch this somehow.
Today we're going to talk about the Panthers offseason up to this point with the free agent acquisitions. Where would you like to get started with that?
Well, I say we get started with the biggest question mark of the whole, I guess the depth chart, I guess you could say. The good old left tackle spot, man. Who's going to be our starting left tackle? And number one up on the board is Michael Oher.
Yeah, I usually don't like to judge the free agency until after the draft, which obviously we're after the draft now.
Mm-hmm.
We had the luxury of watching picks 1 through 10 that we had turn into 1 through 5, and we did pick up a tackle, which was, we talked about before, Darrell Williams.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's going to be supplanting Michael Oher over at that left tackle spot. So yeah, he's our left tackle. He's our obviously biggest free agent pickup, mostly because of the need, as I think Charles Tillman, who we'll get into later,
Right.
is actually the better player. But we got to have Oher produce. Any expectations for him?
Hopefully he just stays healthy. If he can just stay healthy, then he'll be better than who we had there last year, who I'm not going to mention any names, but we all know who he is. Was.
He did get his bell ring a few times.
Got his bell rung, he was patty caking with Invisible Man. Like to play that game.
Sadly, however, Oher in his time he was on the field in Tennessee actually was statistically worse than Byron Bell.
Yeah.
So do you think that's just a lack of playing time or age, inability to produce anymore?
I think hopefully it was just him, he was hurt. I think he had some kind of foot issue or toe issue, and he wasn't able to push off, I guess, or something. Yeah, hopefully that was it, because if he was statistically worse than Byron Bell, then we're in huge trouble, man. We're in huge trouble. But
Anytime it's a lower body, leg, foot injury with these big guys, it's tough for him to come back from. Hopefully that won't be the case. Hopefully he'll come in and produce for us at least be above average. I know he had that potential, years past. So.
Right.
Other than that, like I said a minute ago, we brought in Charles Tillman. I guess that would be the next biggest name we brought in.
Yeah, obviously Charles Tillman from the Bears, Pro Bowler like multiple times. He was huge, but obviously you bring him in now, and he's pretty much at the tail end of his career. I think he was injured most of last year, so.
He was a really good corner for many years up in Chicago, which, if you follow us here in Carolina, this is how it works. We send people to Chicago, they send people to us.
Yeah.
It's got a little farm system going.
San Diego.
Yeah, since Rivera, we've been pulling him in from San Diego, but I'm afraid that Tillman may be another Roman Harper. We get him at 94 now. The difference is I think Tillman was better than Harper was even in his prime. So hopefully
Right.
he'll still be better now.
Yeah, Tillman. I guess he's going to compete for actually, a cornerback starting job. So, is he going to compete for Josh Norman's spot? Is he going to try to compete for Ben Wickery?
I'm assuming that he's going to start at that number 2 spot. We know that Norman became a top-notch corner in the last year. He was playing really as good as anybody in the league.
I agree, yeah.
And Wiki, we know that they really like him with that nickel spot.
Yeah.
It's a very tough place to play inside, covering the slot. You got to have the ability to get inside and outside. Tillman was already a really good outside cover corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they plug him in there right away, move Wickery inside, and roll with that at least at the start of the season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Tillman can do at this age after that injury last year. It'll be interesting to see, if he's able to produce.
Yeah, let's hope so. Other than that, it looks like we brought in a lot of backups, special teamers. Of course, we had the question marks at receiver.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go for Dwayne Bowe personally. I think that he can really turn it back up. I know he fell off the last couple of years with Alex Smith and whoever else was throwing to him out there.
Yeah, I wanted Andre Johnson, so
Yeah.
we didn't get our wish.
But we came out with Funchess, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna, exonerate him from any negativity I had toward the Carolina Panthers during the free agency with the wide receiver class because we brought in Funchess. I think he's going to produce. We also brought in Ted Ginn, who's going to help us with the speed coming back. But again, I think that's mostly a special teams move.
Right.
We brought in Boykin out of Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think that's another special teamer.
Yep. Also, another free agent wide receiver missed on, if we want to go back to that, is Greg Jennings. Missed his sweepstakes. He went to Miami, so yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah. I know most fans, myself included, would like to have a little more activity. But at the same time, bringing in so many special teamers. You watch our team last year.
Yeah.
How many games, especially the first 2/3 of the season, did we lose just on special teams? So bring in a guy like Jason Trusnick out of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I think you're pretty big on his special team abilities.
Yeah, supposedly in Miami, he was a huge fan favorite, man. He was a special teams captain at Miami. So he's a huge pickup for us. I know a lot of Miami fans didn't like that. They let him go. And obviously last year, man, the big game that stood out special teams-wise was Minnesota. We was just absolutely horrendous in that game. So
that was, it's painful memories.
it was horrible.
So, yeah, get better coverage out of Trusnick.
Mm-hmm.
We got back to someone that can catch the ball and run forward with it.
Right,
With
yeah.
Ginn.
Ted Ginn, yeah.
We also brought in Coleman. He's a safety. I really think he's not necessarily the guy I was wanting to come in and compete for the job, but I really think he's going to compete for a safety position.
Yeah.
He's 26 years old, still young. He led Kansas City last year in interceptions.
Yeah.
That's only 3, but he's leading the team. So, could he be back there with
Harper.
No, not Harper.
Swinging a miss.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about our good safety. Carolina.
Boston, Trey Boston.
Yeah, Trey Boston. And could this be the end of Roman Harper?
I mean, probably. Well, you never know. But, if Coleman can go out there and show that he can cover and obviously be able to, snag a couple interceptions for us or not just, not even have the ball thrown his way, then he would obviously be a huge help in that secondary, and he'd be the safety that we'd be looking for. So
he's going to come in as a free safety. I think Trey Boston can play the strong safety spot. I think he's going to be fine if they need to move him over. Again, there's the question marks around Shaq Thompson. Can he play safety? If so, he'd be the strong. Boston would be the weak. But I think at least initially Coleman's going to be the another special teams upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're looking at the same thing with Teddy Williams. So
cornerback. I don't really know much about Teddy Williams. I think he comes from Jacksonville. I could be wrong about that. Cornerback, another big special teams guy. Obviously, it has to be better than what we had last year. So
yeah, any help. Again, not overly fond of just going after special teams guys in free agency, but if there's any team in the league that needed it, it was us. And I think that pretty much covers. I know we got other guys. We got a few rookie special teamers, but I think that covers everybody prior to the rookie class. But we did pick up a guy that I'm excited about, and that's he's a corner out of South Carolina. Real fast rookie.
wide receiver.
Oh, he's a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I just know he's another special teamer, but he's supposed to be really fast. So, again, more team speed. Ran like a 4.2 something or other.
4.28.
I'm obviously not very big on these guys
He's
as
not
far
very big
as
on himself.
knowledgeable. But yeah, I just knew we got a fast guy there, and Gettleman was talking about we picked up team speed.
Yeah.
Also a guy out of Clemson, I think.
Clemson, that's the cornerback, Gary Peters. If I've got this correct, the last 2 years he hasn't given up a touchdown. You know, pretty much hasn't had very many balls thrown his way because he's such, so good in coverage. But obviously, it's the NFL compared to college, or college compared to NFL. People's gonna be a lot faster, a lot bigger, a lot stronger. So we'll see, how he does.
So yeah, we're looking forward to all that. I know they've got rookie mini camps going on right now as we speak.
Heard Funches was killing it.
Yeah, I heard we had a couple injuries also, slight. So hopefully that's not going to hurt us. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that in future weeks. Anything you want to add to the free agency convo?
No, nothing really other than we'll see how Michael Oher plays out. Hopefully, he's the stud that he was in Baltimore. And obviously, we needed a lot of these special teams people because we was just horrendous last year, man. And
Absolutely.
special teams, hurt us a lot as far as winning games. So
I'd like to thank everybody that commented. I know Joe Gonzalez mentioned Darrell Williams not giving up any sacks, something we failed to mention in our broadcast.
yep, forgot to bring it up. So that's appreciate that, man.
And that was some good info. I didn't even know it. I know he did, but he didn't
Forgot
bring it
about
up.
it,
So,
yeah, so
really, he forgot about it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know it either.
And also, Jay Remy, or as I'm guessing Jeremy, he brought up Funches not playing tight end.
Yeah.
Going to be a wide receiver.
Yep.
Of course, we threw our stuff up right after the draft. At least we recorded it right then. We weren't privy to that information at the time, but as always, we appreciate all the comments. Thanks for giving us the heads up on those things. Anything you want us to mention on the air, let us know. Either way, appreciate all the love we got in our draft videos.
Yeah.
And tune in next week.
Like he said, appreciate everybody watching. Obviously, follow us on Twitter, Panther Fan Talk, @Panther Fan Talk, and that's all I got.
That's it.
All right.
Keep pounding.